Aging, a single word, yet so many of us fear it. We see time as a thief, sneaking away our beauty, our strength, our worth. But what if aging isn't the enemy? What if it's the very process that allows us to become who we were always meant to be? In youth, life often moves fast. We chase things, we prove things, we try to become something. But with age, we begin to unbecome. We begin to return, not to who the world wants us to be, but to who we truly are. In this video, let's gently unravel the idea that aging is a burden, and discover how, through stories and wisdom, it is in fact a blessing. In today's world, we're taught to stay young, to fight aging with serums, surgeries, supplements. Youth is marketed as power. Aging is labeled as decline. But look deeper. In many ancient cultures, including those shaped by Buddhist thought, age is sacred. Elders are not dismissed, they are revered. The Buddha once said, "As a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, so the wise are not shaken by praise or blame." Wisdom like this is not born overnight. It comes through seasons, through silence, through sorrow, through growth. Modern society may worship youth, but wisdom, real, rooted, soul-deep wisdom, blooms with age. We must ask ourselves, do we want to stay young forever, or grow whole forever? Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who spent most of her life caring for others. She raised children, cooked meals, tended a garden, and showed up for everyone but herself. At 65, she retired. The house fell quiet. The routines faded. For the first time, she was alone with herself. One morning, she picked up a brush and began to paint. It wasn't planned. It was a pull from deep within. At first, just small strokes of color on paper. But as the months passed, her paintings became vibrant, layered, full of emotion. By 70, she was invited to display her work at a local gallery. A visitor once asked, "Why didn't you start painting earlier?" She smiled softly and said, "Because it took me 65 years to finally see the world clearly." Aging gave her time, but more than that, it gave her vision, clarity, depth, stillness. The kind of perspective only life can teach. In youth, we collect experiences, but in age, we begin to understand them. As we grow older, something unexpected happens. The outer world may slow down, but the inner world begins to bloom. You stop needing to impress others. You stop chasing the temporary. You begin to choose peace over pride. Life's loudness softens, and in that quiet, you finally hear your own truth. Buddhist wisdom teaches that impermanence is not something to fear, but something to embrace. The Buddha said, "Just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again." And as we age, we do just that, shedding the ego, the old stories, the masks, until we arrive at a simpler, more authentic version of ourselves. In a quiet temple nestled in the hills, there lived an old monk. He no longer gave lectures or guided meditation, but every morning, before the sun rose, he would sweep the temple courtyard. His movements were slow, deliberate, peaceful. One day, a young novice approached him and asked, "Master, why do you sweep? You are the most senior monk. You should be teaching." The old monk smiled and replied, "I am teaching." Each sweep of the broom clears not just leaves, but thoughts. Each morning, I teach stillness. The younger monk didn't understand at first, but over time, he watched, and he saw. In the simple act of sweeping was profound presence. That monk had grown so inwardly still, so deeply wise, that his every action had meaning. This is what aging can bring, not just slowness, but depth, not just quiet, but clarity. So, how can you begin to see aging not as a decline, but as a rising? Start by slowing down, not because you have to, but because you choose to savor more. Practice mindfulness. Notice the small things, the warmth of tea, the sound of birds, the softness of light at dusk. Let go of comparison. You're not supposed to look or move like your 20-year-old self. You're meant to evolve, not rewind. Keep learning, whether it's painting, writing, gardening, or simply learning to sit with yourself. Stay curious. Share your stories. Your life is a library. Don't let it go unread. The Buddha once said, "To understand everything is to forgive everything." And perhaps that's the greatest gift of age, the ability to forgive, to let go, to rest in peace, even while alive. Aging is not losing who you are, it's becoming who you've always been. So may we age not in fear, but in reverence. May we see every wrinkle as a chapter, every grey hair as a silver thread in the tapestry of our lives. If this message touched you, I invite you to subscribe and walk this journey of wisdom, light, and truth with me. Until next time, be gentle with time and let it make you radiant.